Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are watching us from across the globe. This is Sunshine Silas, Nigeria's number one bounce back coach and a John Master certified leadership coach, speaker, and trainer. I'm so excited to bring you this beautiful edition of the Sunshine Silas show on this beautiful Tuesday evening, all the way from Nigeria, South Africa. And we have a beautiful, delectable young lady on the studio here with us. She is an amazing personality. Believe me, once you get to meet her, you just love her naturally. We are going to have a fantastic discussion this evening. I am confident the show tonight is going to be wow. Ladies and gentlemen, please, with a round of applause, join me welcome our very own Evagelia Chaniotakis.
Thank you, thank you. How are you
Hello.
doing?
I'm fine. Hello, Evagelia. How are you?
I'm awesome, thank you.
You look beautiful tonight.
As do you, thank you.
Do you always look this beautiful? I love your hair. I love your looks. So, what's your beauty secret?
What? A beauty secret? We're not here for that.
Anyway, Virgilia, you look great, and we are just glad and excited to have you on the Sunshine Silas show this evening. Let's kickstart right away. You are an entrepreneur, you are a trilingual flight attendant, and you are a network marketer. You are a lady with so many different hats. And I want to ask, who is the lady Evangelia? Let us meet you. Who are you? Beyond all the
Well,
titles and all the positions that you've had.
yes, that really covers basically everything I do for work, like my profession. But, really the root of everything just comes down to just loving culture, loving the world. And, when I was little, I had to move across from Greece to America. So I was exposed to so many different
Mm.
cultures here. It's a melting pot in the United States. So for me, it was just, being a slow learner and having to find something to be excited to study because I didn't like studying ever. I mean, you would not see me with a book in school.
Wow, that's something very strange to hear. You never like studying?
Hated it.
Okay. All right. You said you're from Greece. Tell us about Greece.
It's everything that the pictures say it is, but more. It's just beautiful.
Mm.
It's beautiful there. There's so much love. It's actually the safest country to travel to because of how much love it is. It's safe. And
Are
anywhere
you
you go, you'll get hugs.
are you kidding me? I'm gonna take you up on that. So how do you say good evening in Greece?
Kalispera.
Kalis Pala. Did I get
Kali,
that correct?
Kalispera.
Harry's father. Okay, I'm gonna learn that. Today is not for the languages. Good to have you
A
on the
different
show.
session, hey?
All right, so you are from Greece. You found your way to the United States of America, and presently you are living the American dream. Um, Tell us, how's your journey been so far, moving from Greece to United States of America? What do you think about the entire experience?
Overall, a struggle. Really, really hard. Um, Coming to America, it's so different from what I grew up from. I had to not give hugs anymore. You know how crazy that is? Because people looked at me like I was crazy when I was excited to see them and give them a hug. So all these different the culture shock. Um,
Hmm.
the culture shock was really difficult, and then acceptance and having to make new friends and things like that, and all while trying to figure life out. So it was really hard.
So let's be serious. Are they really that friendly in Greece? You mean if I walk down on the streets in Greece, I'm gonna get a lot of hugs, kisses from everyone? Is that how it works?
No, that's just my family, but I really do believe like a lot of Greeks just have that within them, especially
Mm,
if you're with somebody that they know that you're not a tourist, you know. But even tourists, they love on you, they'll talk to you, they maybe they won't give you a hug, but they'll give you free stuff, they'll talk to you, they'll actually acknowledge that you're there, your presence as a human. They don't just walk past you like they don't even know you exist.
mm.
So it's very accepting, very accepting.
All right. Talking about Greece, if I were to visit Greece tomorrow, what city would you recommend should be a must visit in Greece?
Probably any island. Just
Mm.
leave Athens after the first day and just go to any island. There's so many beautiful parts that tourists haven't even heard of yet, and I would always recommend that. Or going to the mainlands, look for waterfalls.
That would be fun.
Yes. When are you going to Greece now? Come on.
All right, I'm gonna look forward to it. I'm gonna check my calendar and hopefully I get to see all the beautiful islands and get all the warm hugs and kisses from every Greek man or woman I can find. Anyway, that's a
Yes, we need to spread love.
that's a fairy tale dream for me, but I do hope it comes true. All right, Evagelia, let's get more serious on the show tonight. I want to ask you, you are a trilinguist. You speak three different languages, and for me, that's very impressive. But what languages do you speak? And also, what motivated you to learn those languages? I mean, I don't believe people just sit down and wake up and say, hey, I want to learn 5 languages. I want to learn 10 languages. What inspired you to learn these languages?
Ah, that's amazing. That's an amazing question. I actually never thought of this. I never thought of that. So the three languages in order were Greek, English, and then Spanish. So those are the three
Wow.
languages that I speak. And I would say my motivation was, like I said, I have dyslexia, so I really am a slow learner. So I had to take my weakness and I had to make it my strength. And like I said
Mm,
before, I just needed to find something to excite me because I knew I had to learn something and I knew I had to figure out a way to study something, but something I was excited about. And when I came across Spanish, you have the Latino music, you have the food. It was just such an easy culture to just dive into, and it made learning so much fun. And when it's fun, it's that's all I need. As long as I'm having fun with what I'm doing, then I know that I'm doing the right thing.
so, talking about Spanish, have you ever been to Spain? What inspired you to learn Spanish? Why Spanish?
Oh, that's a great question. So when I was 13, I started working in the restaurant industry, and I worked with a lot of Hispanics. And when I got into school here in America, they actually forced us to either study Spanish or French. And I thought, okay, why would I use French when I'm working every day with the Latino community? So that's why I chose Spanish, because I wanted to connect more with those I was working with.
Wow, beautiful. You said you learned Spanish because you wanted to connect more with the people that you're working with. Talking about connections, you are a trilinguist, and I believe this has opened great doors for you, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your business or your personal life. So tell us about some of the opportunities that have come your way because you are a trilinguist or because of the languages that you speak. How does it help you to connect? And what opportunities have some of these connections brought your way?
So, one thing I know for sure that it helped me is go worldwide. So, not have
Hmm.
limits, not having to be stuck driving to the same place every single day for 65 years.
Can I trade places with you right now?
Yes, no, yes, you can, because I really want to go to Africa.
That is beautiful. Okay, go on, go on. Let's hear about some of the incredible things that being a trilingualist has helped you to achieve.
Well, um, basically, what we do is eliminate barriers. So we help everybody communicate better as a medical interpreter. With the doctors and the clients, we help them actually understand each other compared to having a barrier. There could be so many miscommunications and misdiagnoses. So for me, it was exciting to be in the medical field, and then after that, being able to not being limited to just one state, one city, but going worldwide.
Hmm. You keep saying going worldwide, and I can imagine how it feels. So let's go there right now. Let's talk about your career as a flight attendant. Is this what you've always wanted to do all your life? What inspired you to go into the aviation industry? Tell us.
I never thought I was going to be a flight attendant. I thought that flight attendants only were flight attendants by like society. You know how we have like a royal class, and you had to know somebody to get that position. Like
Yeah.
I thought it was not even in reach of me. I never would have thought I could do it.
Why?
Just didn't have the vision. I just didn't have the vision. I was always opening when they were doing the safety briefings. I was opening the cards, reading along with them, like actually like looking, making sure studying them. So I always had like an interest, but I never actually believed that it was something I could do. But
Hmm.
um, how I actually got into it was my medical interpreting career wasn't paying off enough. It was really, really slow. I wasn't making enough money. So I had to look at other options because in as a linguist, as a medical interpreter, they love native speakers, and I didn't know that. With my bachelor's degree, they didn't really care because they would choose the natives before me. So I had to really start thinking maybe using Greek as my primary language instead of pursuing Spanish so much. And it was amazing. I am so excited because United Airlines was the first job to give me a chance to test into Spanish. So not only am I using my Greek, I'm also using my degree.
Wow, that's incredible. Fantastic, fantastic. So you've been a medical interpreter before you became a flight attendant with the United Airlines. Now you said something earlier. You said you never had that vision because you didn't believe it was something you could do. But now that you are in that role as a flight attendant, looking back, do you think it was that difficult to do?
Looking back, it was probably just confidence, like needing confidence to even believe that.
Aha.
Yeah, so I let a lot of people bring me down and make me feel like I wasn't good enough, and I believed them. I believed them,
Hmm.
Silas. So yeah, all of a sudden, I'm eliminating toxic people from my life. I'm gaining confidence. I'm believing in myself more, and then this opportunity presents itself, and there's no way I'm turning that down.
So basically what you're saying is what kept you back was not competence. It's not that you were not competent, it's not that you weren't qualified or you couldn't do it. It was simply lack of confidence. Is that correct? You had this fear within you. It was your fear that paralyzed your dreams, not your competence. Is
Yeah,
that correct?
yeah. I don't know
So,
if it was a fear. It was the inability to even think that big, to even think
mm,
outside of the box. I had such a small mindset. So yeah, I grew from that, and that's where network marketing actually comes in because that
wow.
gave me that vision.
Yes, and I want to take you up on something. You said something that struck a chord with me. You said you had a lot of people who talked you down and made you feel like you couldn't achieve it, you couldn't become who you've always dreamed or wanted to be. Take us on a journey back to your childhood. How did you come about finding yourself in such a negative environment, and what was it like? What were the circumstances you experienced growing up? Maybe having influences that really watered down your confidence level.
So my childhood was like the exact opposite of every kid. I was isolated. I couldn't hang out with friends. I couldn't go out to birthday parties. My mom,
Hmm.
she divorced, so I had to babysit all the kids while she went. So I had to grow up at a young age, and on top of that, I was always told I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough. I had acne. That I was always picked on, and my peers never picked on me. It was only my family. So my family, did a lot of mental abuse and mental damage, and that's why I didn't really have the confidence for so long. My mom would feed me diet pills, call me fat, just basically everything that a mother shouldn't do was done. I was neglected. I never got hugs. I was never like fully loved. So that messed up with my mindset.
Wow, just listening to you and everything that you had to go through. I see the picture of an incredibly strong lady. You came from a very horrific experience. Right now, you're flying around the world, living your dreams. I want to find out what made the transition from the feeling of lack of confidence and helplessness to becoming the person that you are today. What factors inspired you or influenced you to make this massive transformation you have become?
I'd probably have to say my friends,
How
because
did they do this?
because they showed me that the rest of the world wasn't like my family.
Hmm.
So that made me realize, that maybe I should believe in myself more, because my friends believed in me more than I did.
Wow. You must be
Yeah.
lucky to have very wonderful friends.
Yeah, I was lucky. And, I met them in college, which was a really, really hard time in my life, but we're still friends. And I still visit them in Denver. And I have another friend here in Milwaukee where I'm at. So they really showed me that, the rest of the world, I don't have to be afraid of the world. I was isolated. So I was really afraid of the world.
Okay, Evagelia, let me say this. For someone who is meeting you for the very first time right now, I'm sure there will be pictures of excitement, and they'll be really happy for your accomplishments so far. And even though I know that success are in stages and you still have a whole lot of things ahead of you, but to be quite honest, you've done very well with yourself. But you see, on the Sunshine Silence show, we believe that our stories can inspire others to discover the greatness in them and to also recover their greatness. So I'm going to ask you this question for the benefit of members of the audience who are just seeing the glory and the beauty of Evagelia. What was one of the most challenging moments of your life? And what would you consider one of the worst mistakes you ever made? Let's take a clip of what it was like where you're coming from so that members of the audience who are probably listening to you, watching you from all across the world would realize that regardless of where they are right now, if Evangelia could make it, they too can make it.
So, you know, so you want me to ask and to answer what the greatest challenge was? out of
Yes.
my entire life.
Mm.
The hardest thing ever?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, besides financial, besides financial, the greatest challenge, you know, for me would just be being different and then not being accepted for who I was as a person.
Mm.
You know, many people didn't, they were really superficial. They didn't care to actually go deep. And, you know, it's a vibe, you know, to actually ask about the other person instead of only talking about themselves. And, you know, soon over the years, I realized most people didn't accept anybody. You know,
Mm.
we were all broken. So the hardest part for me was understanding that we're all broken, that it wasn't just me.
Wow.
And then
That's
that allowed me, it's so deep. And then that allowed me to connect with more of my friends because I was actually asking them those questions that I was never asked. And so, yeah, sorry, that was really deep.
so
But
so.
you asked these deep questions. And then I just have to say, starting a business changed the direction of my life. That I encourage every single human being on this planet to start their own business because you really find out who's there for you and who's not. That moment when I started a business, I started to awaken to what my family was. You know, my family, I always gave them chances because I'm deep. I love family. I'll do anything for family, even when they hurt me. So, starting a business, I was actually awakening to who they really were because they were not even supported. My friends were more supportive than my own family. So I always encourage, you know, to be your own boss, to start your own economy, because that shows you who's really there for you, who's really going to be there for you in the long run.
That's amazing. So entrepreneurship was one of the factors that really made the turning point in your life and really helped you to uncover and discover not just who you are, but your acquaintances, your competencies, and all of that. And you said you would encourage everyone or anyone to start a business.
I
Is that
mean,
correct?
you find yourself. You find yourself when you do.
Okay, I'm going to come back to this question about business and entrepreneurship because I know that you're a network marketer and all of that. But let's get back to your career. You are a flight attendant with the United Airlines. So tell us, like, how many places have you been to? What's it like flying around the world?
So I'm very new. I'm only 3 years young with my flight attendant career. I'm just getting started. So
That's
I've been
beautiful.
to about over 20 countries and I've almost seen all 50 states in the United States. So there is still so much for me to see. I've barely even touched the surface.
Woo, you've been to over 20 countries? Girl, you
Yes.
rock. So tell
You're
us.
next. You're next. I'm taking you next.
Oh, I'd like that. I'd like that. I'll take you up on that. So, what's the most beautiful country you've been to so far?
Is that even a question? It's not even because I'm biased. I'm not
Mm.
biased, okay? I've actually traveled to 20 countries and I've looked, but Greece still wins.
Mm.
Greece, because it doesn't matter if you are um, into nature, if you're into country, if you're into the city vibes, if you want to go and hop on an island somewhere on vacation, it has everything all in one place. Mountains, islands, beaches, waterfalls. So you can hike or you can go to the club. I mean, you
Hey,
choose. You
hey.
can do anything.
Now you sound like an ambassador for Greece. It's okay. It's okay. We are going to visit Greece. Okay, now you talked about business. Let's get back on business. You are also a network marketer. What made you to go into network marketing? And
My
what
friend,
so why did you decide to go into network marketing?
my friend told me about his business, and I went to support him, and it was fitness, all fitness products. And I had just started my fitness journey, and I had just done a powerlifting competition for fun. And I thought,
Okay.
this is perfect. And I actually first started as a customer just to get the products. And then I found out you could make money. So I started doing it as a business.
So what skills have you learned so far as a network marketer and being someone who has seen the academic part of life and also the entrepreneurship part of life? Which aspect do you think adds the most value to an individual and why?
Out of everything, I would say discipline. It teaches you discipline because if you don't show up, your friends and family, they can't build their business because they need you. They need you to teach them. So, and then in the regular daily world, we have so many distractions. There is so much noise. And when you're an entrepreneur and a business owner, you cannot fall into the peer pressure. You cannot fall into those distractions. So it teaches you discipline because if you don't have discipline, you fail. If you are not disciplined in your business and in yourself, you cannot succeed. So it teaches you that. It teaches you the biggest skill to show up.
So if you had a child, I'm putting out a tentative question to you. Between sending your kid to go for a business school and sending your kid to go for a master degree, which would you choose and why?
Neither. I wouldn't choose neither because the people that teach business school, chances are they're making $100,000 a year, and most of them don't even have a business that they're running. So I always encourage learn as you earn. So starting network marketing was amazing because you could start your business, but you had million dollar mentors to teach you how to build a business by your side, a phone call away. So it's incredible because if I could go back, I wouldn't even go to school. I wouldn't even go into college and get that degree and then move on to masters. Or I could have easily, Silas, I could have easily gone and gotten my doctorates. But when I was in school, I saw the truth. I saw what was really happening. And I wouldn't encourage anybody to go to college anymore
Why would you say that?
because most people are undecided. Because most of them are going to college, but they don't know what they're doing. So chances are they're entrepreneurs. That's why they're undecided. They would rather work for themselves. So I would always encourage people to study somebody that has a business, not to go to business school, but to study somebody who's a CEO right now in the business.
But does that take away the fact that they still need some level of formal education? I mean, how about trying to you going into business, but at the same time you have a college degree or a high school diploma? Don't you think that's not important too?
Yeah, the diplomas are important if you're going to be a doctor, if you're specializing in something. But in network marketing, there's trainings. We actually have training courses that come with the business, and it's a $100. That's it. So for $100, you get millionaire mentors and a training program, which is classes where they teach you how to do it, how to run your business. So I mean, if you can find a little program, just like anything else that have like maybe a week or two accelerated courses, obviously you want to do a course. You don't just want to hop into it. But you don't need a whole college degree, and you don't need to be a doctor, and you don't need to be smart. That's why it's awesome that anybody can do it. It doesn't matter how smart you are.
I like that. Anybody can succeed, anybody can do it. You don't necessarily have to be a doctor or have very many degrees or certificates before you can be successful in life. Well, incredible word of wisdom there from Evagelia. So let me ask you, Evagelia, do you have a mentor?
I have like three.
So tell us about your mentors and what role they have played in helping shape you to the woman you have become.
My mentors have instilled a vision. So remember before when I told you I didn't really have a big vision?
Yeah.
I had, so they helped me think outside of the box. They helped me be creative, more creative, and I obviously believe in ourselves and the product. And mainly, it's just um, the the everyday having somebody there that motivates you and pulls you in the right direction.
Mm,
Like I said before, we have so many distractions and noise, and a mentor is amazing because they pull you in the right direction. They help you level up in all aspects of life, whether it's fitness, whether it's relationships, whether it's obviously business. It doesn't matter
mm.
because they are focused and they are so far ahead that it's motivating. It's motivating to surround yourself by people that, motivate you.
So let me take you a step further on that. What is the greatest piece of advice you have ever received in becoming successful? Think about it.
The greatest advice, hey, leaders are readers. The greatest advice was just leadership, being awakened to that, and learning and being, um, having an open mindset to be coachable, to actually understand that there is so much to learn and we have so much to improve within ourselves. And that the best advice was learn how to be a leader, how to lead others, not just point fingers and tell them what to do like a boss,
Mm,
but really leaders who actually do it with you, you know? Like if I had a team with me right now pulling the airplane,
okay.
obviously I would be there pulling it. I wouldn't be sitting on top of the airplane making you pull me too. Does that make sense?
Mm.
So
It sure
that was the
does.
best advice, how to be a leader instead of a boss.
How to be a leader instead of a boss. Now let's bring that home to your career as a flight attendant. You work as part of a team. I want to ask you, what would you consider your greatest asset in becoming successful as a flight attendant in the aviation industry?
For me, it was not losing myself into peer pressure, saying no. So it just goes right back to discipline. Um, my greatest asset was never losing sight of who I wanted to become. I always wanted to become something. I always had big dreams and big goals, but I never had the confidence to do that. So my greatest asset was, even though I didn't know how I was going to do it, still
Mm.
believing and still doing everything I needed to that day, even if I didn't have it right now.
So let me find out. Could that be part of the reason why you are able to wear all these different hats? Because I can imagine how stressful it is to be a flight attendant. I mean, you barely have enough time for yourself, flying from one city to the other, different schedules in a day, in a week. At the same time, you're an entrepreneur and you're a network marketer. How are you able to wear all of these different hats without breaking down? How do you
Well,
handle it?
the business is part-time. I mean, it's not that hard to run a business. It's at least 8 hours a week. So on my days off, my weekends, instead of partying, I make money with friends. And flying, traveling, working as a flight attendant is extremely hard. The hours are really, really hard. But what's amazing is that I can run my business from home, from bed. So
Um,
it really, it's the two extremes. You go from traveling the world to just working from home.
wow. So finally, talking about your career, um, what are your best moments as a flight attendant? What are the greatest memories you have? What doors and opportunities have been a flight attendant brought your way?
Oh, that's so easy. That was just seeing my friends and family in Greece. I got to see my little sister, my dad. They live in Greece still, so I was able to see them every weekend. It
Oh,
was so
you fly
amazing.
to Greece, you fly to Greece every week.
I was flying to Greece every weekend. Yeah, it was awesome.
And and you
That
get
was
to
when I
fly
was working out of New York and New Jersey.
and you get to fly for free.
No, no, no. They pay me. They pay me.
They'll pay you to fly.
They
How beautiful.
Yeah, they call me and they say, "Hey, Lisa, we want to pay you to go to Greece." Say no more. That's great. That sounds great. I'll be there.
How beautiful would it get? All right, Lisa, on the show tonight, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Okay. Um, there are a lot of people watching you from all across the globe right now, and I want you in 2 minutes. I want you to give them one of the greatest piece of advice you've ever received. There is someone out there who has a dream, has a vision, and is just hoping, praying, and waiting for the courage and the inspiration to step into their greatness. Here you are, you have this moment right now with the rest of the world. What are you going to tell them?
I would say if you have to follow your gut feeling. If you feel like something's not right, you're right. If you feel like something's not going the direction that you want to be, you need to follow your intuition and you need to believe in yourself. So my advice to you would be don't listen to the haters. Use them as motivation. Most people will not back you up. Most people will not support you. They'll actually talk down on you. And you need to be so strong and you need to continue to believe in yourself even when others don't. Like nobody, even if nobody in the world believes in you, you have to believe in you. Has that been 2 minutes? I don't know.
Wow.
But wow, yeah, okay. I don't know.
That's
I only get 2 minutes, guys. So
that is just simply amazing. You couldn't say it any better. Believe in yourself because, like someone rightly said, the
yes.
height of your accomplishments can only be determined by the depth of your conviction. You sounded so inspired. Thank you so much, Evagelia. And just before I let you off the stage tonight, if you had a chance to live your life all over again, what would you do differently?
I would never, ever regret anything because obviously it made me who I am today. But if I could just change one star, it would be starting my network marketing business right out of high school, not even worrying about college. Starting my business right as I'm doing both. Learn as you earn. I would have started sooner, probably.
Wow, people, you've heard it all from Evagelia. If she had a chance to live her life all over again, she wouldn't change anything from it because it's made her the person that she has become today. I think that's a snippet of wisdom that all of us can borrow and live from, regardless of who you are, wherever you are, the circumstances you face, the challenges that you face are shaping you to become the person that you've always dreamed to be. And when you see stumbling blocks your path, have a second thought. Perhaps God is giving you stepping stones to lead you into your greatness. Believe me, it's been very thrilling, exciting, and exhilarating having this beautifully intelligent young lady with us on the studio tonight on the Sunshine Silas show. I know that you're very busy, you have a lot of other things to take care of, but tell us, how has your experience been on the Sunshine Silas show tonight?
You're amazing. You're amazing. It's been an honor. Seriously, thank you so much. It's so nice to collab with you, and you don't get enough credit for the amount of work that you do, Sunshine, all the way in Nigeria, and now you're expanding into the United States, into Morocco. So I'm really proud of you, and it's been awesome. It's been fun.
Thank you, Evagelia. Yeah, that's a plus one for the Sunshine Silas Show team members. Thank you so much. It's been such an honor and a delight having you on the show. Believe me, we have so much to talk about, but because of time, we just have to let you go on this episode. And I hope that when next we extend an invitation to you to be on the Sunshine Silas Show, you oblige us the opportunity of coming back.
Thank you so much, Silas. And I'll talk to you probably this week.
Wow, that would be exciting. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sunshine Silas, Nigeria's number one bounce back coach, letting you know all the way from across the Atlantic. I'm sending you lots of love, spreading sunshine your way until we come your way again this week on the Sunshine Silas Show. Stay safe, stay strong, and keep shining. Thank you and have a beautiful day ahead of you. Thank you, Evagelia. And from Nigeria,
Thank you,
it is.
Silas.
Bye-bye.